Have you ever felt like the financial system is a game rigged against you? You work hard, you save, you invest, but the goalposts keep moving. Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on something that many believe is the ultimate trap, an asset that looks safe on the surface but could be a hidden pitfall in what some are calling the Great Reset. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not here to spread fear. I'm here to arm you with knowledge so you can make empowered decisions for your financial future. The world is changing at an incredible pace. We're seeing shifts in technology, global economics, and even the very definition of money itself. In times like these, conventional wisdom isn't always your best guide. So what is this one asset you should be incredibly wary of? It's something millions of people hold, thinking it's the bedrock of their financial security. But its nature is changing, and not for the better. The asset I'm talking about is cash, specifically the cash sitting in your bank account. Wait a minute, you're probably thinking. Cash is king, right? How can cash be a trap? And you're right. Traditionally, it has been a symbol of safety and liquidity. But we're not in traditional times anymore. Three major forces are converging to potentially turn your cash savings into a liability. Inflation, the rise of central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, and the subtle erosion of your financial privacy and control. First, let's talk about the silent thief, inflation. You don't need me to tell you that the price of everything from groceries to gas has been skyrocketing. Every dollar you have in the bank today buys you less than it did last year. It's like having a hole in your pocket. Your money is constantly leaking value. While the official numbers might say inflation is a few percent, your personal experience at the checkout counter probably tells a different story. Leaving large amounts of cash sitting idle is like letting your financial ice cube melt under a hot sun. It's a guaranteed loss of purchasing power over time. Now let's layer on the second, more futuristic threat: central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. You've probably heard this term floating around. Governments and central banks all over the world are actively exploring and developing them. On the surface, they're sold as a more efficient, modern version of money, a digital dollar, a digital euro, a digital yuan. It sounds convenient, right? But let's look under the hood. A CBDC isn't like the digital money in your bank account today. That money is a liability of a commercial bank. A CBDC would be a direct liability of the central bank. This means the central bank could have direct control over your money. Think about what that means. They could potentially program your money. Imagine your digital dollars having an expiration date to force you to spend them, or rules about what you can and can't buy. It might sound like science fiction, but the technology makes it entirely possible. In a world with CBDCs, your cash would no longer be a neutral tool. It could become a tool for social and economic engineering, and you might not have a say in the matter. This brings us to the third point, the erosion of your privacy and freedom. With physical cash, you have anonymity. When you buy a coffee with a $5 bill, it's a private transaction between you and the coffee shop owner. No one needs to track it, approve it, or data mine it. But with a fully digital currency system, especially a centralized one like a CBDC, every single transaction could be monitored, recorded, and analyzed. This isn't just about someone knowing you like lattes. It's about creating a complete ledger of your life. Where you go, what you buy, who you associate with. This level of surveillance opens the door to unprecedented levels of control. What if your transactions could be flagged or even blocked based on your carbon footprint, your political views, or other criteria you're not even aware of? The fungibility and freedom that cash provides could vanish. So when we talk about the Great Reset, many interpret it as a push towards this more centralized, controlled financial system, a system where individual financial sovereignty is diminished. In this context, holding large sums of cash in a bank account doesn't look like a safe harbor anymore. It looks like you're sitting in a boat that's being deliberately steered towards a waterfall. You're exposed to inflation eating away at its value today, and you're exposed to the risk of it being transformed into a tool of control tomorrow. So, what's the solution? If cash is a trap, where do you put your money? This is where the importance of real, tangible, and decentralized assets comes into play. I'm talking about assets that you can own outright, that can't be easily confiscated, devalued by decree, or programmed. Historically, assets like gold and silver have been the ultimate safe havens. They have been money for thousands of years for a reason. They have no counterparty risk. They are universally recognized as a store of value, and no government can print more of them. Owning physical precious metals is like having a financial insurance policy against system-wide instability. Another area to consider is real estate, specifically productive land. Owning a piece of the earth that can produce food or generate income is a timeless form of wealth. It's tangible. You can stand on it. It provides utility beyond just its monetary value. And of course, in the modern digital age, we have assets like Bitcoin. Now, before you dismiss it, understand its core value proposition. Bitcoin is designed to be a decentralized digital asset. There's no CEO, no central authority. Its supply is mathematically fixed. In a world moving towards centralized digital currencies, Bitcoin represents the opposite, a decentralized peer-to-peer monetary network that no single entity controls. It's a potential escape hatch from a system of increasing control. The key takeaway here is not to panic, but to be proactive. Diversify out of cash. Don't keep all your eggs in one fragile, centrally controlled basket. The principle is simple. Own things that cannot be printed. Own things that offer you true sovereignty over your wealth. Whether it's the ancient security of gold, the tangible reality of land, or the modern innovation of Bitcoin, the goal is to build a financial fortress that can withstand the storms ahead. Don't let your hard-earned wealth become a pawn in a larger game. Educate yourself, understand the risks of holding too much cash, and start taking steps to secure your financial freedom. The future belongs to those who prepare for it. Thank you so much for watching. This is a complex topic, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What assets do you trust? If you found this video valuable, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. Stay curious and stay prepared.